Alright, that's your spell for the turn. I hope you enjoyed it, my friend. You want to tax us? I will tax you, my friend. Now you need to pay tax for your Talia. Huh? Does it feel great? Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today, welcome to the true Slotherhouse, because there will be a lot of mono-red players absolutely massacred today by this deck, and I'll tell you man, half of them will scoop when they see High Noon on turn 2, and the rest will scoop moment you play Aven Interrupter into their cool Godric, and suddenly that was your spell for a turn and not theirs. This deck is absolutely brutal, and with Wedding Announcement and all the planeswalkers making tokens, you just outscale aggro decks on board. You will see it, we just have more than the aggro deck very often. And the deck is working so well because planeswalker abilities don't count into the limit of High Noon, so you can basically cheat and your opponent cannot. And with the Archangel of Wrath you can make one play that answers 2 extra cards and still as a lifelinker with Wedding Announcement. So I really think you will enjoy it. So guys, if you like the smell of burnt mono red, I think that's the video worth a subscribe, you know? And yeah, let's go into games and I hope you'll have a lot of fun. Right, I'm not sure about this hand. We have some tools, like we have Removal, Sweeper and an Emperor. So, I mean, we have to go with it, but we are on the draw because we are really bad player. We should never choose to be on the draw. And that means that our opponent will get the Scamp buff that normally we would answer with the Triumph. So instead of getting 2 for 1 for us, he will get every value he wanted. And then the death trigger will happen. Alright, 1. That, man, if I was on the play, this is an auto win. Like, this is already an auto win. Because we would play Path of Peril on this. We would have already second land here. And then we play the third land to this. And then Path of Peril. Bro, you think you will sacrifice it for 1 damage? Like, what are you doing? Like, obviously you... They sacrificed it. Well, Mythic aggro players. I'll give him that. At least he admits, you know? At least he admits. Obviously he misclicked, right? I think he had 2 prompts and, you know, there was a text, so it makes it hard to decide which one is which. And I think that's what happened. Oh, if they don't do anything, I will just Path of Peril this. And then they will be left with 2 cards. They will get some value from this, so... You can do it again? You can do it again! Alright, so they have... I wonder if that's a creature. That's super important here. Oh, it's a Sleek Shot. Oh, I thought it would be a Ruckus. So if I play this, then they will play both of those cards. Then we can follow up with Liliana, they draw a card, they refill, and they go, you know, they do it again. Okay, this is interesting. I need to think about it. Sorry, man, but I actually have decisions in my deck. So we can kill this, then this will be face damage, then we play Liliana, then we kill this. Then they will go Sleek Shot this, and maybe something else. Kill Liliana, probably. Then we can ramp to 4 and use Emperor and get rid of it. They draw a card and they refill, that's the problem. But I kinda like this line of play, to be honest. I will pay 3 life. Go for it, my champion. I hope they won't kill me. Well, where's the damage, my friend? I don't know. Is it Swift Spear? Is it his own face? Or maybe it's my face? Oh wow. So in the end he decided on my face. Have you seen this one before? Alright. It also wastes a lot of damage from the Sleek Shot if they want to kill Liliana like this. And we kinda clear the board. Sorry, Path of Peril, you aren't very needed. And the Emperor is a key component of this play, because we need to get rid of Sleek Shot. I wonder how they will play it. Oh no, 4 cards, a decision and a mono-red player. The arch nemesis of decisions. When you don't know what to play on curve, like suddenly the game becomes magic, doesn't it? Yep, they will play all of the buff spells on Sleek Shot, all the burn into Liliana and my face, and they will... Oh my god, they actually were counting lethal for all this time. 9. Alright. So that means... Okay, so this will be interesting. I kinda like this. If they have a burn spell and they didn't use it, I will just, man, I will laugh in my corner. Because there is a way we can go around this stuff. Okay, so Kenzan. Was this really so hard? Okay, let's actually understand what happened. They had Monstrous Rage and the Sokenzan. And it took them so much time. I think they were thinking like 1 minute if to play this land. Alright, so we are going with the Emperor, but we want it after the combat phase. They might draw a burn spell. I will take this risk. Because it has to be Lightning Strike specifically. And they are playing the scam version, so they probably run less removal than usually. The mana is fishy, you know, but we keep playing lands. Yep, see? That's good. I would love to not play the Emperor here, but it is what it is. And we need to survive, and as you know, surviving against mono red is not an easy task. I'm not the fan of, you know, this kind of cards that always get the value and they cost like 1 mana, or 0 mana in this case. And this is a little bit problematic. Yeah, that's a good play. That's a good play by him. We can go like this then. So what we have to do is go Sorin. So if they draw a slick shot, right? Because that's the winning play. Like no, we are going with this. Just because we can go with the counter. That should solidify the game. Slick shot might have menace, so we might die on this. He needs to draw a slick shot, right? I mean, they're actually, like, Swift Spear is nearly killing us, right? But they missed the spot, they're not very good at magic, and we won the game. Man, so many decisions that happen. We are just going with more vampires. As long as you have vampires, you are absolutely fine. And we keep the Emperor. So in this kind of situation, you hit their face, life gain, and keep the guard up. So whatever they draw, it doesn't matter. And in 2 turns, you will have so much life that you can tap out fully and you don't even care. You can actually raise them. We have the fortress, but it wasn't worth it. See, if they do nothing and we do nothing, like one of us is winning super hard. I will keep this one for blocking. And the I mean, we can just keep attacking. Okay, that's better. Just because we have 6 mana, so that means double removal. That means if they attack with all of their cards, if those are 3 creatures, only 1 goes through. The game is as over as possible. He has 0 chance of coming back. He cannot defeat those 2 vampires even. So I'm not sure why he's in the game. Like, he is dead on the next turn and he needs to kill me right now. Alright. Bruh. I mean, what are we doing here? You put a counter here. Because lifelink from this is like fixed, and the lifelink from this scales from the power. That was a mono-red standard experience. But you know what? We got our next win. Man, we are slaughtering aggro with this deck. Like, no joke, we are absolutely slaughtering them. I don't have Path of Peril mana. I cannot even cast this. It's too expensive. Alright, the most important draw of the whole game. Alright, bring it on. So, I wonder what this is. Yep, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. This is very, 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 very bad. If he attacks, alright, he doesn't. Very smart. And very problematic for us. I think we need to play like this. Like, I'm sorry, Scrolf, you need to go. Very good play by them, especially that they would get the token, so most aggro players would just, you know, absolutely go Grid mode and go for it. We need to try to fight for the board and start the game as much as possible. I don't think it will work. I think we missed the spot with not having a line removal. We needed to like specifically go for the throat, or him not having Screll from turn 1. But he had both. Alright. Do we trade? I normally hate trading like this, but I think it's worth it. It could be Brutal Qatar. Okay, interesting one. So it shows that he also values, and you know, values this little token. It's not Sorin. Sorin is for the next turn, if anything. I think we just go Emperor Interrupter, one of the two. We have Path of Peril. If we can get to 6 mana somehow, that should be absolutely fine for us. If we play Emperor, he can attack her, so that's a problem. You want to tax us? I will tax you, my friend. Now you need to pay tax for your Talia. Huh? Does it feel great? Does it feel great, my friend? Alright, that was a long time coming round, you know, just a few years of suffering from Talia. And one of the reasons, and do you really have another smite? Do you really have another smite? That's disturbing. They are playing really well so far, I'll be honest, and I think if they attack like this, that means they have something. It's kinda weird to play Smite together with Talia, but I guess it's not the biggest tax in the world, you know, so they just go around it probably. We could just go Ashiok and get those 3/3 tokens, right? No, 2/2 tokens, that's not as good. We are getting a lot of value then. I'm going with it. Go, Ashiok. I need you. I need your otherworldly expertise. Alright, I mean, our board just got way better, right? So it's not as easy to attack us. They want it. See? So I think they had Smite, and they still have it. Right now they won't be able to play it, and they really wanted Talia so much that they even paid the 2 mana attacks for her, instead of just casting another card. So you know that, man, they paid 4 mana for this creature. Alright, that explains a little bit. Let's see, Brutal Cathar? Yep. Brutal Cathar is good because it's perfect at killing tokens. However, man, this is the only moment when we can actually kill Adeline with the Emperor. I think we just fight. Guys. Like, our board is really good overall. How do you work? If a card was put into exile this turn, puts a card into exile this turn, do you work like I think you do? It definitely should. And they will be 3/3, so our opponent needs to go through around 18/18 in stats. So we just outraced an aggro deck on the board with the power of Wedding Announcement and our token. And you can see how important it was to play it early. Alright guys, I'm feeling confident because we have High Noon and we are on the play. So we don't have anything else for the first turns. But it should be enough, right? It should be enough, because you know this will be some kind of aggro deck. Like, who plays in standard non-red deck? Like, you crazy, bro? Alright, let's go High Noon and show our opponent a little bit of business, but it's not perfect with the Kumano, just because they will just make a 2-drop. So we will be under siege for a while. Alright, at least they know the card, right? Slick Shot. Alright, so they basically scoop to a single removal, I see. However, we don't have a single removal, so they might get lucky here. Very lucky. Let's see if they play something. I really hope they will play something main phase, I interrupt it, and then trade against Kumano. You know? That's the plan. Alright, that's your spell for this turn. I hope you enjoyed it, my friend. I hope you enjoyed it. Do we have to trade? I think the next one is Sorin, right? And then Sunfall or some Archangels probably. Man, High Noon, absolutely amazing. So they have a Lightning Strike or play with Fire. One will kill the Vampire. This is harsh, but I think we go for this, because in case he doesn't have the perfect draw, which is Lightning Strike for this situation, he won't be able to answer the Vampire. Sorin is dead 100% though. Alright, they have the perfect card, as always, it's fine. Like, this is what they do, right? They might play Swift Spear, then we go Sunfall, then we go Archangel on the follow-up, and we should be fine. Even though Sorin will die, it slows the game. And that's usually the only thing we need. Alright, black mana, sure. 2 for 1 is good enough. That will also get him out of the creatures and out of the board. He has another burn spell. So one of those 3 cards is, man, they just keep scooping to High Noon. They don't even want to play against us. We are going first. Good. Let's see if we get mana screwed. We play Lance, and we see what type of aggro our opponent is playing. Is it a mountain? The true mythic land right now. It is a true mythic land. And I think we will still win because we are on the play and we have removal. So it's fine. It's fine. I want wedding announcement first, so I will use Go for the Throat if I will have a target for it. This is an interesting one. I will go with wedding announcement first, especially that I have Ashiok. So when this flips, those tokens will probably win the game. And the burn is not relevant at all. In order for burn to count, you need a lot of pressure. Cool. Oh man. This is so tempting. But we have to go with Liliana. I'm sorry, this is the responsible choice. This face is down, this is a 3-2 I believe, and it deals 3 damage to my face. It's probably a buff version of the deck. But I guess most... Oh. Okay, I expected the Pyromancer or whatever it's called. Okay. Why wouldn't you play it for 2? Sure. Maybe I'm missing it, maybe they have so much instant and sorcery that it's worth it, but I really don't think it's a good choice. Well, it's High Noon, my friend, so I hope you liked your 1 card, because you ain't getting more. You ain't getting more. And I really wanted to draw a card here, because our board is solid already, and I just need some card advantage. Like, 1 good card will win the game already. And this is probably a 1 good card. And they see High Noon, they don't even want to play Magic, because they never wanted in the first place. Alright, man. If we don't get mana screwed, we absolutely slaughter them. There was mono red, so no. Alright, guys. And so our opponent mulligan to 5, and you will say, well, it's an auto win. Oh, it doesn't count. You know what? It counts because I just lost the game, 7-minute game, because I couldn't hit my 4th land in 26 cards. I actually had 4 drops and 3 lands for like 25 cards or something. I counted. It was like I was playing 11 lands in the deck, so I'm taking my win, alright? Sure. I really want him to buff it. This is my only removal, and you know that I will get mana screwed again. Like, you know it. I didn't get mana screwed again, I knew it. So, so what do we go for? I was punished for not using Go for the Throat, but it was the best play, I think. Like, I'm fresh after missing land drops, alright? I know how to play it. If we go with Liliana here, we get good value, probably Liliana will die, then they will play something and pump it potentially. Wedding announcement is really good for future. But I don't think we can keep being behind on the board. Man, wedding announcement is so tempting. If we get it right, that can win the game over time. And I'm at 19. I'm taking this risk. Especially that I know he has play with fire, so he will probably play it, you know, with fire on this turn. Like, you need to cast wedding announcements quickly, because you won't get the value from them. You know, okay, that's fine. That's strong, but I'll take my damage for the turn. Okay, man, I'm drawing clans. I couldn't be more happy. I'm taking the Edict. It's fine. So we have 2 blockers, but I think we go for the Throat on this turn. Especially that we have 2 blockers here, right? So we can force him to buff the Swift Spear and then we kill it, then we get 2 for 1 and he taps the mana. Unless it's play with fire, then it's worse. He didn't really cast it, right? Well, good for our opponent, that's definitely what he wants. We still get some extra value here, and Sorin Vampires will be stronger for future. I really hope he pumps it. He doesn't. So, we are going with this one. If this one already has a Wicked Roar, so, yeah. I think it's better. And now we can play Liliana, and we'll get, you know, a blocker for her. Yeah. So, I think that's okay. Like, we get good value here. and I want to keep the board clear. He can burn Liliana in response, but that means the creature will stay, and then we can stabilize with Sorin and Ashiok. Like one more land and we are getting what? 4-4? He's actually going face. I think it means we are dead, right? It could be Slick Shot into some buff spell. I don't think it deals 10 damage, but it will be very close. I need those vampires, man. And I need to drain their hand with Liliana as soon as possible. I really hope I'm not dead here. I'm really hoping that I'm not dead here. Honk for not being dead. And I'm playing mostly against mono red today. Like, this is basically my whole ladder experience. So you need to, you know... that was a weird one. Okay, I think I won, right? So if they couldn't kill us on the last turn, that means they cannot kill us with Sorin even more. And they cannot burn this vampire. That's why we play Wedding Announcement, because suddenly vampire is unkillable to lightning strikes. And he really wants to kill me, huh? We absolutely do not need to attack. This is the turn. He needs to burn me right now. And he probably needs a menace on the Slick Shot. Man, he's playing the opposite day. Oh right, he plays with... Okay, sorry, this was my bad. So he gets the scry this way. Well, he could just shock, but then he wouldn't get a scry before the draw. Alright, guys. That was a correct play by him. Alright, and this is correct play by me. Do we go Ashiok or we just wait with Edict? I mean, how is he ever winning if we just keep hitting him and answering whatever he plays? Like, this vampire is already a win con. Alright. He might cycle the card, actually. This could be a... Well, no. It's not a land. Sure. I will invest this because I want him to play more cards. And, you know, it's not really a mistake on him. He doesn't have a choice at this point. If I have the card, he loses the game and he knows it. And he just took the risk and it didn't pay out. Man, what a weird game. I'm so happy with Drew lands. If we got MASSACRE, we will lose this. And our opponent is Junkie. Or Junkie? Anyway, he's a mono red player. Have you seen this one before? Let's go with the caves in case we have to go for the triumph on this turn. Because this is a slick shot turn. Alright, so they already played basically everything. Do we have time for Wedding Announcement or is it too late already? Man, it feels too late already. Absolutely. Alright, so let's see it. I cannot tap because then I die. And when I keep mana open, he will just not play stuff. So no, we are both in a very weird spot right now. I could go for the Avarice, I don't think it's worth it. So I basically need to keep him at bay. He might burn me in the end step to not waste the mana, but still that would happen anyway, later. And that means Sorin can be better. My mana didn't align very well here. Okay, this is something, right? It's very fishy tap, like, man, come on. Like, they should know what it means. If they start burning those tokens, I'm absolutely fine with it. Oh, they're going for it. So we will get a juicy 2-for-1. Oh, this is the 2-for-1 we are getting. So they're going for sorcerer speed. And now the question. We will remove it. Do we want to discard something? I honestly think we don't need farewell. I think so. We already pain ourselves, so let's make sure that it's not as bad. So that will get rid of the Slick Shot. Unfortunately, we cannot go with Sorin because we only hit in the whole hand only one black land. So that's definitely on the rough side. That's so good. Why would you play it now? Why would you play it now? Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Alright. And here's one card a turn forever, my friend. It's not over because we cannot play our spells. Oh my, this is so bad for him. Oh, I love it. But this, oh my god, why would you play it? Man, Wedding Announcement goes 1 for 3 at least because they play triple and the festivities, right? Man, Top 1100, I tell you, man, they just do this kind of stuff. And here we are with the Sorin. And I will actually go for the Vampire, because this will be a 3-4. Man, High Noon instantly destroyed them, and I'm so happy to see Aggro scooping to this. Man, maybe we'll just keep playing High Noon decks until they leave the standard, you know? Alright guys, I really hope you had enough mono red scoops for the day, and this deck seems to be performing very nicely against mono red, and High Noon absolutely stops them in the tracks. I didn't go for 4, but maybe I should. I try to be responsible, because even if you go without High Noon, the deck works perfectly as well, so it's not like you need to draw it, and you don't probably want to get 2 of them. You say you have some red mana for this one, but it's mostly for Archangel of Wrath. You know, High Noon is just a side track plan. You don't really want to sacrifice it most of the time, unless you are against, you know, some planeswalker deck usually. We still run planeswalker removal, so we have Triumph, we have Edict, and we also can hit it with Interrupter, so you know. And of course, don't forget about the Archangel. We didn't have her showcased as much as I hoped for, but this is the card that just answers so many things, especially when they play planeswalker and minus them, like Sorin, Liliana, this kind of stuff. You get a free removal for a single point of mana, and that's a good deal. The sub-team of you know, creature tokens definitely performed. This was one of the bigger things. I honestly tried to go for more interrupters, and in the end I cut the third one for wedding announcement, because I thought that it's so important to have those token you know, amplifiers. And even with Archangel of Wrath and the Vampire, wedding announcement really makes them insane. Like when you get this 2-3 token, it usually dies, but 3-4 usually wins the game. The difference between dying to Lightning Strike and not dying to Lightning Strike is usually game winning, and especially if they need to attack into it, sure, they can Monstrous Rage or something, but you blocked so much damage and you got the 3 damage lifelink, and probably Sorin still lives, right? So you just get so much value. And even with wedding the Wandering Emperor tokens, the Vigilance makes a huge difference, so this will accelerate lethal so much. However, keep in mind that the faster you play wedding announcement, the better. It's sometimes hard to go High Noon into wedding announcement. You basically pay 5 mana in total, and you get a 1/1. But if you can, you know, after this, either sweep the board instantly or just reverse the tempo with Interrupter, in 2 turns they will scale so massively that you just take over the game, and you have seen it. Fun thing, Farewell was never used. Like, why would you need Sweeper that isn't 3 mana? The biggest downside of playing High Noon, in my opinion so far, is that you don't really pair very well with the lockdown, and especially that sometimes you can just assume I'm not playing the cards until I lock down. But this is the type of card you definitely want after the Sweeper. So for this reason we are going mostly with the Sunfalls, and you know, just a lot of lifelinkers, a lot of spot removal like Marches. You know, Bitter Triumph is something that grew on me. I didn't initially like the card, but right now I'm using it quite a lot. It's the targeting part compared to the Edict is very often game deciding, and the fact that you can just discard a card in the worst case. Like if you are dying to aggro, it's probably because you have 6 cards in your hand and you cannot play anything because they are already killing you. So usually you can find this one card, you know, just to discard. And like with Ashiok, Sorin, and you know, all those planeswalkers, it's so easy to close games. Like I didn't even need Mirex. Truth to be told, I didn't even need Path of Peril most of the time because the deck is so efficient, and one of the really cool combos for this deck, High Noon into Liliana. If they have empty board when you play this, especially like you are on the play, you are guaranteed they cannot have more creatures than 1. That means Liliana always hits in the best possible way. So that's why I really couldn't cut Liliana. Like I even wanted to play 3 of her, but you know, Path of Peril seems like a responsible choice. But to be honest, maybe we can just go without Path of Perils for High Noon, for 3 Liliana. Maybe we can go from there. Archangel is a great cleanup way to just get rid of all those small things that, you know, happen during the game. And when this gets amplified, amplified by Anthem effect, 4/5 lifelinker is insane powerhouse. It's basically shorted stats but with the lifelink, just to get reference. So guys, Orzhov as always performing. This ranked us up. I didn't really lose to Aggro except getting MASSACRE, so I think it's a good sign, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, enjoyed the content. Drop a like if you enjoyed, just mono red getting slaughtered, or slaughtered should I say. And I had a lot of fun with this deck. Orzhov seems to be very performing since a long time, so this one is not different. So tell me in the comments what you think. I hope you had a great fun, and see you guys tomorrow.